You love tattooing, it's your dream, the thing that lights you up, the thing that made you feel like you finally found your place. You think about it the moment that you wake up. You scroll through tattoos all day. You picture the type of artist that you want to become. But lately, it's starting to feel draining. You're still passionate, but the excitement that you had at the start feels like it's slipping away. Maybe you've been jumping between YouTube videos, trying to piece it all together. Maybe you've been practicing for hours, but still not seeing the progress that you'd hoped for. And you start asking yourself, am I actually going anywhere with this? That's the moment most people give up. But it's also the moment that separates dreamers from doers, because what's missing isn't motivation, all right? It is a plan. Let's be honest, tattooing is hard to learn. It's not just art, it's muscle control, coordination, pressure, flow, patience, cleanliness, process. And if you're trying to learn it all from random YouTube videos, it's like trying to complete a puzzle when half the pieces are missing. Every creator teaches slightly differently. Some skip vital steps, some contradict each other. So you end up bouncing from one video to the next trying to find the missing piece. But that's the problem. When you learn in fragments, nothing connects. You don't build confidence because there's no clear order to the process. And when you don't feel progress, your motivation will start to fade. You start questioning if it's even worth it. You start thinking maybe you're not cut out for this. But the truth is, you're not the problem. It's the lack of structure that's draining you. So here's the thing, motivation doesn't come from hype, it comes from progress. And progress only happens when you follow a path that's designed to get you somewhere. Think about it like this, if you're learning to drive, you wouldn't jump from video to video hoping to figure it out. You'd follow a process, learn how to start the car, then steer, then park. Tattooing is no different. You need a structured roadmap to take you from beginner to confident step by step in the right order. And when you've got that, every small win fuels the next one. You feel momentum. You see your progress building, and that feeling is addictive. That is when tattooing starts to feel exciting again, because you can see yourself improving. So here's something most people never think about. If you treat tattooing like a hobby, it'll pay you like one. If you treat it like an education, it'll pay you like a career. That means having set times when you practice, just like classes. If you say, I'll practice when I feel motivated, you won't. You have to schedule it. Set specific days, specific times, and protect those hours like it's sacred. When you sit down at your desk or your fake skin setup, your brain should know this is tattoo time. That's how you train consistency. That's how you build momentum. And that's what separates people who dabble from people who make it in this industry. Because the people who succeed don't magically find more time, they made time. Now let's talk about your environment, because that matters more than what people realize. You can't focus in chaos. You can't absorb detail when you're distracted. So before you even start practicing, create a dedicated space, even if it's small, somewhere that tells your brain, when I'm here, I'm focused. Clear all your desk, organize your setup, turn your phone on silent or leave it in another room, even better. And if you live with family or you've got a partner, have an honest conversation with them. Tell them, look, between 6 and 8 p.m, I'm practicing. I need no distractions, no calls, no knocks, no interruptions, because tattooing requires that deep focus. Every line you pull, every stroke you make, teaches your brain precision. And that can't happen if you're half in, half out. Having your family's understanding is vital, because this isn't just a hobby you're playing with, it's your dream. And dreams deserve protection. I can't tell you how many artists that I've spoke to have give up because the people around them didn't take it seriously. They heard things like, you can't make money from that, or it's just a phase, and they let that doubt sink in. But the people who made it, they had support. or at least they're communicated their goals clearly enough to earn it. So talk to your family, show them your progress, tell them why it matters to you. Because when they see your commitment, they'll start to believe it too. And that belief, that quiet support from other people that you care about, will carry you through the hard days. And there is going to be hard days. Now let's talk about one of the biggest traps that kills the motivation: comparison. You jump on Instagram or TikTok, Facebook, whatever it may be, and see artists doing flawless realism or huge back pieces, and you think, why am I not there yet? But what you don't see is their timeline. You're comparing your day 1 to someone else's year 10. And that's a game that you will never win. Every artist that you admire started where you are right now. Shaky lines, messy shading, self-doubt. The only difference is that they didn't stop. You've got to protect your energy because your journey is yours. No one else's. The only person you need to be better than is who you were yesterday. The second you stop comparing and start focusing, changes everything. You start seeing your own growth. Not through likes, but through the actual work itself. And that's when you fall back in love with the process. Motivation isn't something that you wait for, it's something that you actually create. And the way you create is by stacking small wins. So when you've got a proper plan to follow, something that you can tick off as you go, your brain starts associating effort with progress. Now, that is how momentum is built. So instead of thinking, I have so much to learn, start thinking, I just need to master today's step. That's it. If today's focus is needle depth, master that. If it's line control, give it your full attention. Then tomorrow, build on it. That's how you stay motivated for the long term, because progress compounds over time, and those tiny steps will add up to massive growth if you just keep walking. You're not tired because you've been working too hard. You're tired because you've been working without the direction. You're overwhelmed because you're trying to figure out everything all at once instead of following a simple order. And once you realize that, everything changes. You stop feeling lost, you stop feeling like you're wasting your time, because you know what you're going to do next. That clarity alone brings back all the energy. Tattooing doesn't drain you when you have the structure in place, it fuels you because you can feel yourself improving. You can measure your growth. And that sense of like progress, that's what keeps people going. So how do we like reignite that fire? If you've been feeling burnt out or uninspired, don't quit. Take a breath, reset, and create a plan. Get back to the basics, set clear goals, decide what you're going to focus on this week, one topic at a time, and you'll be amazed how quickly your passion returns when you've replaced chaos with clarity. Because deep down, you still love tattooing. You just hate feeling stuck. Once you have the direction, the excitement comes back. You start looking forward to your next session. You start taking pride in your progress again. That's the difference between feeling drained and feeling driven. So a few extra tips for staying consistent and motivated. Let me give you a few more practical tips that can help make a massive difference. Number 1, track your progress. So keep a small notebook or take photos of your fake skins work, each mat. When you look back after a month, you'll see how much better your line work has become, for example. That visible growth is powerful. Second tip, create rituals. So before you start practicing, do the same routine every time. Clean your area, put on your gloves, prep your ink. That routine tells your brain, look, it's time to focus now. And then number 3, use accountability. Tell someone your schedule, post your progress in a group. So when others know that you're committed, you'll show up even when you don't feel like it. Number 4, celebrate small wins. We all forget to do it. So every improvement matters. Cleaner lines, celebrate. Better stencil placement, celebrate. Smoother shading, that's a celebration. Reward yourself for the effort, not just the outcome. And 5th one, stay patient. Tattooing is a skill that compounds over time. There's no shortcuts, but that's what makes it so rewarding. It's easy to get lost in the day-to-day grind, but every time you sit down and practice, remind yourself why you're doing this. You're building a life of freedom, a career that lets you create art, travel, meet people, and make an impact. That's the long-term vision that makes every practice session worth it, because every line you pull is one step closer to that life. And when you approach it with that mindset, tattooing stops draining you and starts fueling you again. So if you've been feeling drained lately, don't mistake exhaustion for failure. You're not burnt out because you don't care. You're burnt out because you care deeply, but you've been doing it without the structure. Have a plan, create your space, protect your time, and ask for support. And stop comparing your start to someone else's year 10. Because one day, you'll be the artist someone else looks up to. And they'll think that you got there overnight, but you'll know the truth. You got there because you treated tattooing like a real education. Because you showed up even when it was hard. Because you refused to let chaos kill your dream. So keep going, keep practicing with purpose, and remember, your dream isn't draining you, the lack of direction is. Once you fix that, tattooing becomes exciting again. Every day becomes a step forward, and before you know it, you'll look back and realize that you've built something incredible. The dream never died, it was just waiting for a plan. Now it's time to bring it back to life. I'll see you in the next one.